Hey guys, what's up? It's Drew here. I believe this is box number 22. Pennies and nickels, of course, like usual. I did really good in this box. As you can see, usually there's a bunch of coins up there, the good ones up there. I have a pile of 3 right there, 1, 2, and 3, so I got 6. This box was pretty good, I'd have to say. Not as good as the box number 20, my best box, of course. And I don't know if it quite beats number 21, but I did okay. So let's start off, guys. I got a nice 1970S, and I know it's nothing really special, but a lot of the 1970S's you see don't have really any steps showing, and this one seems to have about maybe half a step. Really, it's nothing but to see some steps that are complete and actually look to be kind of squarish in a way. And not just like smudged off like some other ones I'll show in a bit. That's really nice to see. 1983 uncirculated, 1974 possibly uncirculated, 1964D possibly uncirculated, and this 64D I'll just show the back of. It's really nice. It's really nice. Here's an 83 EP, and this is what I was talking about with the 70S, where these steps just usually just wiped. And they're usually just wiped like that on most 7DDs and S's, and a lot of 83s have that too. So do the 82s. That's why they're really hard to find with full steps. And then in the 63 plain, it's in good shape. A couple steps showing on that one. I got a 72, and I'm thinking this might be some sort of late die variety, like a double die possibly. I have to look closer into it. If it's the type 8 or variety 8, they're usually hard to tell, and you can't really see it usually by a camera. Here's a 2009D uncirculated 4th design nickel, or penny. It's nice. Here's an 83, and this is the bronze plated or brass plated cents. I read an article back from, it was in a book of Coin Clinic, by Alan Herbert, I think his name was. He just recently passed away a year or two ago. He, back in the, the 60s and 50s, and I think he really started in the 60s and up to like 2010 or so, he had an article in Coins Magazine and maybe Coin Prices, I'm not sure. And it was an article that was, questioning about coins and stuff. You could ask him really whatever. About tokens and coins and metals, and he could usually tell you whatever. But I read something in the Coin Clinic from either the early 2000s or the 1990s from a book that he wrote. He gathered the best ones he could find, and just put them all in a compilation book. That 1983, the Mint did admit to making steel or not steel, brass or bronze plated cents, and I find a few of them that are kind of colored like this kind of goldish color, so that's usually what it is. Here's a 1979, kind of silvery colored, probably was like silver painted or something. I'm just going to toss that back. And a 60 something D, I think that's a D. You can tell it's a 60s coin, either 1959, well, yeah, either a late 50s or up to 1968 cent, because of the high reverse. It's really beat up. I'll take a look at it better. I don't think it's an error, but it looks kind of like one. Here's 1953, first year of the young head portrait. It's in really good shape, like an XF or a VF, somewhere around there. That band's pretty full. It's rare to see in a lot of young head portraits, the full bands up there. There's a 70S large date, I think. Pretty sure it's a large date. Maybe it's a small date, I don't know. And 72S. Got a 60D small date and another 60D small date. This one's really nice. Has a chocolatey brown color to it. Both are about AU. This one's really weird. This one's probably an AU58, but the color just like really off. It's like all gold, like a goldish brown color. And I did actually find a dime, 1967, close to the silver, and it would have fooled me if it was silver. because it just looks like it would be silver. You know, it's really worn. Probably like a fine VF. Look at his hairlines. Hairlines are pretty much wiped. They look like silver. Unfortunately, it's a 67, and the rim is copper clads or copper nickel, whatever. So it's not. It's obviously not an error or anything. So onto the nickels. Got a couple 39s. This 39 right here is pretty far gone. It's like a G. If that. 46 is okay condition. I'm not sure if there's a full triangle up here. There isn't, but it's in good shape. I got a couple 46Ds to check for D over S's. I got a 47S. I don't think this coin, I don't know if there's nicks on this coin. A few nicks on his shirt, but 47S for sure. 24 million minted. Not many. 52D. Don't usually find a lot of these. These were, I heard they were hoarded. I don't know why they were hoarded. Here's the D mint mark. A lot of the D mint marks on these coins are really weak. 57 plane, and this 57 plane's in really good shape, other than a little bit of corrosion mark there. Steps are just about half a step there. And then I got actually a 58 plane, so they made 18 million of these, I think, or I believe. And steps, I don't know about the steps, if there might be one complete step there, or half. Now moving on to the, one more nickel find, by the way. I have this one here. Maybe you guys can tell me with the camera. I don't know if it's going to pick it up, but look at the D mint mark on this coin. Look at that. Doesn't that look like a D over D? It really looks suspicious. Did you guys see that? You can pause the video here. I know I'm shaking. It's because I'm in 4x zoom. Look at that. I don't know if that's an error, like part of the D, the first layer of the D was missing, but that's really weird. I've never seen anything like that, and it's a 57D, so it's interesting. I'm going to put that aside. I'm not going to toss that back. I got a 42, probably a VFXF condition, a 44S, which was nice. However, the 44S's are the most common estimate mark of the series, I believe. Well, of 40 to 1958. I think it's pretty much the whole series had the highest vintage, I think. There's a 45, 46D, 50D, 53D, 57 and dinged up, 57 and a 58D. So 3, 6, 9 wheat pennies. Now on to the good coins. We'll start here. Maybe this isn't the greatest of all, but I put this aside when I was coin hunting. It's 1942 and it's a lot of detail. It almost looks like it had some sort of old cleaning at one time, but maybe it's just been fingered a lot, I don't know. So 1942 has some stain marks on the back of it, and it's kind of shiny in some areas, and you can see all these little fine nicks. Maybe not, I don't know. There's some staining though, but appears to be about the F or XF conditions, so I'm just going to put that in my roll of 42s. This coin here is pretty awesome. It's 1966, and I believe it is an SMS coin, possibly. It just looks like it possibly could be. Get close up on that. The hairlines are fairly full. Just has that overall gold or kind of gold color to it. It has a little bit of reflectivity. I'll show the back of it. And steps, there's actually like a full step, or a couple steps. Most of the 1966s had the, it was like the 1970s. It was basically the years 1966 to 1970 where the steps were basically wiped, just like the 83s and 82s. I don't know, just poor die strikes. But this one, usually most of the SMS coins were not wiped, and this one is not wiped at all, so it could be one of the few that were meant for circulation that weren't wiped, or it could be an SMS, because it really does look like an SMS to me. So I'm going to put this in 2x2, and I might label it as SMS, but I'll put a question mark next to it. I did get, for the second box in a row, I did score actually a proof. This one has a little bit of fingerprint over there, but other than that, it's really just maintained its proof color. 1970S. None of the proofs had any wiping on the steps for 1968, 69, or 70, because in 1967, 66, and 65, where the a lot of the wiping was, common, those were not minted for proofs. Now, I don't know if the steps would be considered complete. There is a couple nicks in there from just, seeing minor, contact with other nickels. But it's a strong coin. Look at that. Lots of proof reflectivity to it. It's probably one of my nicer proofs. I don't know if I said this, but that's my second 1970S. Of course, that's the nicest. The last one I had was impaired, so. And I did get lucky, guys, and this box I did fairly well. So I kind of spotted this coin on the side, on the rim. And you guys, if you guys have been watching my videos for a long time, you probably know what I'm about ready to say. But on the side of the clear wrapper again for the nickel box, I spotted a really worn edge, and it looked, the greenish kind of greenish, blackish color of a war nickel, and it indeed was a war nickel. So not only one though, this box. It's 1943, and this is the worst 1943, worst war nickel I've ever actually held, including the ones I've held at coin shows and stuff in the coin store. And it is the common one, so 1943p. Pretty gone. Look at that. Barely any of the 5 cents is still there. This really does not have much silver in it, really, since most of it's worn off. I mean, there is still a silver content, but it's not as much as there originally used to be. I don't know if I was expecting this one. I think I might have been. I was kind of debating on it. I did score yet another one, so that makes 2, but that's not all. Here's the 1942. This is the transitional year. It wasn't a transitional year for the San Francisco Mint, but it was for the Philadelphia Mint, so they did make the nickel versions. I think, yeah, this one's the nickel version, the 1942 I showed earlier, and they did make silver versions. The Denver Mint stopped making them. They didn't make silver ones. They stopped making the nickel ones in 1942. And San Francisco, I found a online resource, and I also found it in one of those Coin Clinic books, or something here and there, that a 1942S nickel was found once, the nickel version. So here's the 42, and there's the estimate mark. And then last but not least, we scored triple silver this box. So it was pretty awesome of a box for silver. 1945 is the last year. There is a little bit of a ding up there. This was actually an ender, and I will show a picture. I don't know if I'll probably put in the as the little image for this video, or I'll put it at the end. But I do have a picture of this, and 45p. JDS Coins recommended that I would start opening, war nickel rolls and nickel rolls that I, thought might be silver, just looking on the sides of them. So starting today, which is Wednesday, the 18th of June, I think it is. Starting today, if I get any rolls like that that might have silver in them or look like they have silver in them, I'll let you guys know, and I'll probably make a little small clip, and I'll put it maybe at the beginning or end of each video. So thanks guys for watching, and happy hunting, and I'll see you guys later.